Seventh Lord in debility, marriage is gone. Fifth Lord in debility, love life is gone. Wrong. Just because your seventh Lord or your fifth Lord is in debility does not mean that your married life or love life is finished for eternity. No, it does not mean that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Love Life discussion today. Enough of wealth and career. We are back to love marriage, arranged marriage, marriage in general, and relationships. This is applicable to long term relationships or married life or remarriage or divorce, breakup, or as Kali Yuga is progressing, people are becoming more and more animalistic. They have started behaving like dogs and pigs, and they have started indulging in situationships. So it will apply to anybody who is indulging in these nefarious activities of the animals also. So it will basically apply to all humanity. All right. First of all, what is marriage? Marriage, or what is love actually? Love is actually seen from the fifth house, right? Well, not exactly. The fifth house shows love in general, but the love relationship that we talk of is seen from the fifth house, eighth house, the third house, and the 12th house. These four houses, they indicate love relationships where sexual attraction or physical attraction is involved. Without these four houses, there is no sex life. Now, what is marriage? Marriage is expansion of the family, companionship, fulfillment of desire. So the second house, seventh house, 11th house, they are involved. Mhm. Who is responsible for breakups? Well, yes, it's the sixth house, sixth lord. And of course, natural malefics must be there in Dasha or Antardasha. Okay, Mahadasha, Antardasha, or Pratyantar. All right, so these will be combinations, placements, aspects, everything that you need to know you will get. But why are we discussing this video? Because you may go through arranged marriage and you may find people who are having these placements. So if somebody has these placements, it is better you avoid marrying them. Yeah, or if you have these placements, you better avoid getting married. Not because marriage is necessarily bad, but for you somehow it may not turn out to be good. Okay. Now, nonetheless, whatever happens in your life will happen by dint of your destiny and your karma. But the first thing that you need to analyze bad before you analyze bad placements, okay, you have to always analyze the fundamentals of the horoscope. So that's where we start. All right, God is there with you all the time. Just look to Him and you'll find Him for clarity in your life regarding career, marriage, or your love relationships. You can always go to my website down in the description section. Don't forget to subscribe to Exotic Astrology if you're new, and if you made it this far, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. What are fundamentals? The Lagna Lord, Sun, Moon, fifth house, fifth Lord, ninth house, ninth Lord, the same story. That's it. They are the fundamentals. So if a person has bad fundamentals, the horoscope must be discarded for marriage because bad fundamentals indicate the person lacks self control or the person lacks what it takes to keep a long term relationship. This is applicable if you are looking for a business partner, or yeah, you are looking for an employee, you are looking for a boss, whatever. Imagine you have all the horoscopes. Okay, so then these principles are applicable. The fundamentals will dictate around 40 to 50% of the chart. The fundamentals, they yeah, they are like real. You, if there are bad fundamentals, the person can be crooked, the person can be narcissistic. So yeah, if Lagna Lord, fifth Lord, ninth Lord, They are badly placed. Problem, trouble. Now, of course, you'll never find a chart where always all the three are badly placed. But if majority of them, so for example, if the Lagna Lord, Sun, and Moon are badly placed, and even if the fifth Lord, ninth Lord are well placed, yeah, mostly the horoscope is gone. Okay, but you have to see the overall chart. Of course, you have to analyze the chart in detail. All right. If the fundamentals are not strong, the horoscope must be rejected before any kind of compatibility checks. If you don't do this, you will regret. You will have a regret of your lifetime. Now, number two, very, very, very important. Once you have seen the fundamentals, you need to check the fifth house and the seventh house in general. I'll tell you why. Because the fifth house and the seventh house, the fifth house is love relationships, and the seventh house is marriage, long term commitments, formalized commitments, not just long term live in relationships. Okay. Seventh house is formalized, institutionalized marriage. So if there is a problem in the fifth house or seventh house, then it means there is some struggle relatively in maintaining the marriage or your love life. Now, this is not a criteria where you should discard the horoscope, but yes, provided the fundamentals are good and there are some reasonable good things about the fifth and the seventh, then you can still go ahead. But if the fifth or the seventh or both are very badly placed, then this is very difficult. All right. Then you have to really scrutinize the horoscope very, very meticulously, because otherwise, no matter what happens in life, the married life is always disturbed. Okay. Then, of course, we have number three, Jupiter and Venus. Very, very, very important. Venus, of course, is the karaka for marriage and wife for a man, and can be sisters also. And Jupiter, of course, is the karaka for husband in a lady's horoscope. And of course, Jupiter for both male female represents children. So if Jupiter and Venus are badly placed, so now if the fundamentals are good and the fifth lord, seventh lord, fifth house, seventh house, they have troubles, but Jupiter Venus are reasonably good, then somehow they'll have family, children, these things will continue, but their married life will be a bit disturbed. Okay, but it can still work provided the fundamentals and Jupiter Venus are good. Okay, but if the fundamentals are okay, which means the person is good, but both Jupiter Venus and the fifth house, seventh house, they are disturbed, then yeah, you ideally should reject the horoscope. Why? Because the person is good, but somehow married life is not working, family is not working, nothing is working. Okay, so what to do? You can't go ahead. You should not go ahead even if that person is a good person. Okay, somehow marital happiness is not there in destiny. Then the next is you have to check the Navamsha chart. Why Navamsha? Because the Navamsha chart tells you who you are or what you do when you are alone, when nobody is watching you. So that is why they say it's the chart of marriage, although it's not the chart of marriage, but nobody is watching you. Like nobody except the 12 Sakshis, of course. 12 witnesses as per the Vedic scriptures. The Navamsha tells you who you are in private. So in private, so see now, the fundamentals may be good. The fifth house, seventh house, Jupiter, Venus, they may be nice. But if the Navamsha is not good, then the person might be a bit abusive in relationships. Okay, depending on what kind of problem is there. Okay, externally, oh, he or she may show, oh, I am this best person, doing everything, taking care of family. But yeah, internally, the person is not worthy of a relationship because the person is not. So, a bad Navamsha means you don't respect yourself. Yeah, so when you don't respect yourself, you don't feel good about yourself. So, then what happens? You pull everybody down, right? Everybody means your spouse, your Parents, your in-laws, your children, your friends, family were jealous all the time. Okay. Now, once you have checked all this, you need to check the Dusthana houses. All the problems of this world, they come from the Dusthana houses. Now, the Dusthana houses, if the lords of Dusthana houses are prominently placed in Kendras, especially the biggest trouble creator is the sixth house, sixth lord, then you need to again scrutinize the horoscope very seriously. Why? Because so imagine, the eighth lord or 12th lord is sitting in the fifth house, or the sixth lord is sitting in the seventh, sixth lord in the fifth. So if you have these placements, you have to scrutinize the horoscope more in detail. Okay. Now, why this is problematic? This is a bit similar to the second point that we discussed, fifth house, seventh house problematic. Because then what happens? A lot of obstructions are coming, oh, you love each other, your love life is good, but you can't get married, inter-caste problem in India, this problem, inter-religion, inter-country problem, this problem, that problem. Or, yeah, you have finalized your marriage, somebody passes away in your family, and then you can't do it for 1 year. Okay, if you are a Hindu, till the first Shraddh ceremony is done. Yeah, these are problems, right? So you have to scrutinize. Now, if everything else is good and then somebody has this is not a criteria to reject their chart for marriage. But this certainly needs more scrutiny, which means the person can, yeah, somehow married life is troubled always. Okay. Now, the next one is very important. If in their date of birth they have particular combinations, combinations means they have particular numbers in their date of birth. So one of them is, if they have the number 4 too many times, like, they're born on 4th April, or they're born on like 14th April, or 13th April, something like that. Okay. Yeah, or they are born on 4th of uh, June or July or whatever, and then they are born in 1994 or 1984 or something like that. So if they have too many fours, like one or two is fine, but if they have three fours, like Donald J. Trump, for example, 14 June 1946, so he has two fours in his date of birth, and if you add his date of birth, his destiny number, all the numbers, it is again four. So he has three fours, and you have seen his marriages have ended in a disaster, and he has not had a great relationship. So multiple four in date of birth means the Rahu energy is very prominent. Somehow, that can lead to a lot of problems. And along with this, if somebody has number six, then the problem is more, because six in numerology is a problem related to women, especially. Okay, even for women, this is the problem from other women. Okay, so anyways, the rest is history. If a woman is having problem with another woman, what does it mean, right? Another combination which should be avoided, or invites a lot of scrutiny, is having too many twos in the date of birth, multiple two, like 22nd February 1992, something like that. Too many twos. Okay, two makes a person extremely emotional. The person is extremely needy, and the person may want your attention all the time. It's like they become like parasites at times. Okay, they're like sucking your energy 24 hours. They cannot do anything without your presence or validation. Now, they may be very emotional, they may be very sweet, they may be very hospitable, they may be very nice, they may be very kind, but yeah, once you go into that trap, it's over. Okay. Problematic. Now, another placement or combination which is a bit risky, especially when it comes to extramarital affairs, or too many premarital affairs also, and premarital and extramarital, is if they have too many of these numbers, like 2, 6, 7, and 9, because these are numbers of emotion, love, sexuality, attraction in their date of birth. Somebody is born on, like, 26th July 1992, something like. So they have 2, 6, 9, and 7. Again, this is not a criteria to reject, but scrutiny has to be there. Okay. All right. So I hope these factors gave you a good idea on how you should approach. And as I said, if these factors are present, then you have to scrutinize the chart. All right. So therefore, if you have these placements, you have to be careful before getting married. And if you are about to marry somebody who has these placements, majority of them, then you might have to reconsider your decision if there are problems. All right. If everything else is good, then at the end, please check the dashas. They will tell you what is important, what is not. All right. God is there with you all the time. Just look to Him and you'll find Him. For personalized horoscope queries, you can always go to my website down below. Don't forget with the thumbs up and subscribe to Exotic Astrology. Jai Siya Ram.